I say this without malice, that MP Daryl Vaz will go down in history, not because he won a $1.5 million defamation lawsuit or because he was issued a public apology, but because he is a man for the people. I say this without malice, that MP Daryl Vaz was first elected in 1986 as a councillor for the Waterloo Division, and he has not looked back since. I say this without malice, that thank you, Mr. Douglas Vaz, rest in peace, for introducing your son to politics, because you yourself was a man that fought for the people of Jamaica in the 80s with Mr. Siaga when they wanted to introduce communism. I say this without malice, that MP Vaz is a man for not only the rich in Jamaica, but the poor parents in Jamaica that are unable to provide transportation for their children to go to school. And when he tried to introduce the rural transportation system, the opposing side doing what they did best, opposed, stating that they would much rather their children to travel in taxis. I say this without malice, that MP Daryl Vaz is a working MP. Hurricane Melissa came on October 28, 2025. And the press briefing was held by Mr. Vaz on October 29, 2025, stating that the Flemings and the Norman Manley Airport will be open to receive relief items, and that on October 30th, 2025, commercial flights will be in full effect. I say this without malice, that MP Daryl Vaz is a man not only for the people in Jamaica that can walk into a dealership and purchase a car, but for the average man in Jamaica that will be able to buy a used car, as he is the founder of the Jamaica Used Car Association. I say this without malice, that MP Daryl Vaz is a man that don't only love the people them in Jamaica that can afford a generator, but he lobbied and lobbied that we loan that $150 million to the JPS, so that well-thinking and hard-working Jamaicans could get back light so that they could go back to their day-to-day functions. I say this without any malice. Thank you, Jamaica, for choosing Jamaica and choosing a party that not only rules on emotion, but on straight policies and with a straight frame of mind. I say this without malice, that MP Daryl Vaz will go down as a great man in Jamaica history because he served his country well. One love, Jamaica.
Dayton Campbell reflects after settling defamation lawsuit with Daryl Vaz. Why him have to make it read so far before him decide to apologize? But let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this is a lesson to him and for other members of the opposition, People's National Party, who like to use dirty politics in order to win election or in order to score political points. Because one of the things that I have noticed over the years is that people have been trying to use dirty politics in order to win elections. And when you use dirty politics, ladies and gentlemen, nobody is benefiting, because it is not to the interest of the Jamaican people who you are trying to represent, and it is not helping the country in any way. It's just showing the nation the type of person you are. Before you start saying anything, make sure you get all the facts, so that when persons say anything about you, you can say that, well, based on so and so and so, and it is something that have come in the public domain through public access to information or whatever. But whatever you're gonna say about people, ladies and gentlemen, it must be something that you can be proven. Don't just be saying things based on hearsay, ladies and gentlemen, because this can land you in trouble with people. And what I've noticed with the People's National Party's member is that they love campaign based on hearsay. So I hope that this is a lesson to him. And my question is, when Mr. Holness and Mrs. Holness gonna start following similar pursuit? I mean, pursuing defamation cases against some of these people that are going on social media saying all sort of garbage about them. Because, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you have to go this route in order to teach people a lesson so that they will understand themselves. And you know, in a way, I wonder why Mr. and Mrs. Holness don't do that. And then again, I realize that they probably are saying they have too much important things are working on to be paying attention to, you know, buzzing flies. Because that's what I call people who say things about you without proof. I call them buzzing flies, because all they're doing is making a lot of noise. So they probably don't even regard this noise as something worthwhile paying attention.
You have to start a movie, man. You have to start some criminal movie and liar movie and Batman movie, everything in that. Yes. I dare you pay a little man for call my phone for threaten me. Like you're afraid of blood clot people. Eh? Are you the pan up on yourself trouble, you know? Seeing? And I disrupt the whole of the police, they don't endorse them. Every little thing at motor grass out the road, something good for the country. Seeing? You fight against the police, you fight against the government, you fight against everything that's good in the country. No, I see you on the app, I run off your mouth. See it on our TikTok.
To the flipping police, you cannot get up out of your bed.
You're actor, man. You're a pretender, man.
A young lady who's
you're a pretender. You're not that now come from your heart.
As long as it is confirmed, say a them.
Yeah, Jamaica. If long and it confirms that them. You state it? For the confirm, say them. Natural. Come here, the police kill two of the boy them. Natural. If you don't find the next set of guy them then. Because him response to them. Everything as bad in this country. Marvin look up fire. Response to everything as bad in the country. Because you can't say. You hear the news of the year now. Jamaica is a freedom place right now. The crime gone straight down. Going straight down. You have to endorse the government. You have to endorse the police. You have to endorse the citizen. You have to endorse the people who go carry out the good work in the country. See? Oh, tool come on now. If you draw down a gas station and see a nice young lady, I work with her honest bread. And you're going back out, gonna want to rob the lady and shoot the lady in her stomach. And this little pretender now will come. He is an actor. See it at Jamaica?
As long as this confirmed, say a them to the girl.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Go on to find the next two boy them, because you respond to them. Jamaica. Yo, this a little boy I go on now. I dear me down my yard, you know. Boom, me see one private number call my phone. Well, come on, yeah. You not left Marvin alone. You not left Marvin away, boy. We know where you live, you know. You see up on the back and I dare you cry or your son dead. So I say, pussy, that suck your mother and go. My son and my son. Me free if you cry for my son. You check say me a tie, batty boy. Marvin P a little boy, you know. He call my phone to threaten me. And watch how him a go on. Watch how him a go on. Marvin is a wrongdoer. Marvin is a pretender. Marvin is an enemy for Jamaica. Him is a Judas. Everything as bad for Jamaica. In name Marvin. Everything as bad for Jamaica in name Marvin. So him a come run off him out. So big up the police them. Big up the police them to carry out them good duty. Them a carry out them good duty all the while as usual. Them a do them work. Them a do them work. Big up the peace officer them. Big them up 100%. Man for work for them money. For work for them honest bread. I don't stop going to rock people. Only look go on boy. Stop rock. Only look work. Only don't look work and them thing there. And mind take care of yourself. Only for one rock people. But Jamaica no believe this a boy. No believe this a boy. Marvin look up fire.
How tricky Andrew is. You know
Yeah man, how tricky Andrew is.
The man say.
What you know?
Andrew, yo, Gando.
Shut up and come off of my blood clot phone. Him is an actor, a general, a 3-card boy this, a Marvin. Anything bad in the country, in here Marvin. Everything but in response to everything has bad in the country. God bless it. God bless all of the decent, hard-working policemen in the country. Big up the decent citizens, them. Big up our government. Big up Minister of Security and big up the Prime Minister. And I go and do a good job. Keep Jamaica free. A boss say, you know, time will come. You want all Jamaicans citizens so can sleep with them doors and then with the open. And that is reality. The boss say again, you see the people who come for foreign, the Jamaican them come back, yes so, them feel leave the badness of foreign. Leave the murder, the rob, the rape. If them bring it come down, they're going to come back up on the judge or the maker. And that is reality. Because we are weed out to all of the bad weed out of the garden. You understand? God bless the country. God bless the country.
Madam Speaker, today I rise to inject some mature, sober reality into a chamber that has recently been treated like a preschool playground by the members opposite. If you tune into social media, you will see the PMP bloggers out in full force, led by Captain Chaos, trying to drum up panic over our ongoing complex diplomatic discussions with the United States regarding regional migration. Captain Chaos stood up at a divisional meeting in Admiraltown and told the government to take it up with the US Embassy, as if international statecraft is a simple matter of walking into an office and shouting. Madam Speaker, it reveals their profound ignorance of how the world actually works. Jamaica is a small island state. In the harsh arena of global geopolitics, we are David, and nations like the United States are Goliath. We do not have aircraft carriers, Madam Speaker. We do not have economic leverage to bully superpowers. So how does a David survive and protect its citizens against a Goliath? We use diplomacy. We use sharp intellect, tactical negotiation, and mature statecraft to secure our borders and look out for Jamaica's best interests. But it seems the opposition has historical amnesia. They want to play reckless games with global giants. Madam Speaker, let us look at the receipts. We remember when Michael Manley tried to take on a Goliath with a flimsy slingshot of democratic socialism. What happened to Jamaica? We were economically choked, suffocated, and beaten into the absolute dust of hardship. You know, our people have a saying, every day the bucket go well, one day the bottom go drop out. And back then, the bottom dropped out completely. Basic goods like flour, rice, and soap could not even be found in our shops. People had to line up for a tin of sardine, Madam Speaker. Sometimes people had to buy sanitary napkins in order to get a pound of sugar. And many times in rural areas, there was a van going around called the MC van that was selling the stuff that was hard to get in the stores, and it was being sold to party members. Some of us try to forget as if it didn't happen. Your politics determine if you got a pound of flour from that van or anything else that was available. People used to use the ackee, the unopened ackee. Let me spell it out for those of you who don't know. The unopened ackee was used by many Jamaicans to wash their clothes. And that was a direct result of Mr. Manley giving the United States the middle finger. And the United States showed him who was in charge. So consider that, Madam Speaker. Consider that exact scenario happening today. And I didn't even mention the crime that escalated as a result. Imagine the level of misery overrunning this island state. That is the dark road Captain Chaos wants to drag us back down with his uneducated, hot-headed approach to foreign policy. While the government and the builder is quietly doing the heavy, sophisticated lifting to protect our nation's sovereignty, the opposition is on the sidelines playing politics with serious national security matters. Playing on the ignorance of Jamaicans who are not able to understand the scope of danger that our feet are dangling over. And we want to treat this government as if this government is against our country, not realizing that it is the government that is standing between us and severe hardship. The king of the bad breed, Dayton Campbell, and the queen of the bad breed, Nikisha Burchell, have their digital echo chambers working overtime, trying to paint the PNP as the grand defenders of democracy. Defenders of democracy, Madam Speaker. We all saw what happened in this very chamber when they didn't get their way. They threw a temper tantrum, breached the rules, and went as far as to physically grab the ceremonial mace, the symbol of authority, in the parliament. Madam Speaker, let me break it down simple so that even the king and queen of the bad breed can understand. Democracy is not a catchy slogan you shout when you want votes. Democracy is principles in action, and democracy only works because there are rules and laws that bind us all, every one of us. So when you show complete disregard for the rules of parliament, you show absolute contempt for the democracy of Jamaica. You cannot claim you want to run the country when you cannot even respect the rules of the room that you sit in. The answer is simple, Madam Speaker. Cockroach no business in a foul fight. The PNP has absolutely no business, no purpose, and no chance of survival in a prosperous Jamaica. Let me say it again. The PNP has absolutely no business, no purpose, and no chance of surviving in a prosperous Jamaica. They thrive on dependency. The more the country prosper is the more they become irrelevant. They need our people to be broken, and desperate. Because that is the only time their outdated 1970s style politics sound attractive. It only sounds attractive to desperate minds, hungry stomach, and a hopeless mind. They want you. They want you to be poor today so they can sell you empty promises tomorrow. Promises they never keep. Everything for them is always in the pipeline. Always in the pipeline. They want to tear down the house because they don't have the blueprint to build anything. Never did. While they continue their rowdy, rule-breaking play acting, this JLP government will continue to act with discipline, respect the law, and follow the vision of the builder as we navigate the global stage. I thank you, Madam Speaker. And I thank you all for liking and sharing my videos, as well as following me to Garden House. Walk good, Jamaica.